Hey you guys, this is Brandy with Lavender's Blue Farm. I wanted to do a quick tutorial on lavender, of course. So I'll show you how to prune the lavender flowers. I have some pretty much dried out lavender flowers. I don't have a full harvest right now, but I can show you how to cut the lavender flowers, how to dry them, and how to remove the stems today. So I hope you enjoy and let's get started. So when you're pruning lavender, you don't want to get into the main bush. You can see that it's a mound shape. If you get into the main growth, it can stunt the bush. So you're gonna grab a handful and just cut underneath. And you can grab another handful, hey bud, until you have a whole bouquet, and then you'll tie it together. He's gonna help me. He's a little gardener. You should cut the blossoms when they're about half open, like you see here. So I'm outside on the farm today, right outside our house. We have all sorts of animals, so you may hear some chickens clucking, or a horse neigh, or a goat, or children. So just bear with me. It can be pretty loud outside, but sometimes there's a few peaceful moments, so we'll see how it goes. Once you cut your lavender flowers, to dry them, you want to bundle them up. And I do about a handful. I wrap it around with twine and tie it. And you will want to hang this up in a cool, dark place for about a week. It might be a little shorter or longer depending on whether you live in a dry or humid environment. For me, it dries pretty quickly out here in Arizona. So you can remove the buds from the stems, and you can make any number of crafts, soaps. You can bake and cook with them. You can do so many things with lavender. So I'll show you a couple of easy ways that I remove the lavender buds. It can be a little bit of some tedious work, but I have found some things that make it go a little bit faster. The first way I'm gonna show you, this is how I started out removing the buds from the stems. You just rub together. Do you see all that lavender falling down? So you just rub them together. I pay special attention to the bottoms because those tend to get left on. You can go a bit more vigorously, just depends on how quickly you're wanting to get this done. I mean, if you just shake it, they'll fall out, but do some rubbing. And they come off pretty quickly. The second way that I have found to remove buds from the stem fairly quickly is the pillowcase method. I'm not sure where I saw this, but I had looked it up because this is a really old pillowcase. I had looked it up because I figured it would be easier to use some cloth, partly to remove the buds with some extra friction, but also to protect your hands because I have an entire garage full of lavender and I've got a lot of lavender to remove, and it does go a bit faster this way. So all you do is you put your lavender, I'm gonna use the other bundle, in your pillowcase, and it doesn't have to be too carefully. I just kind of throw it over my shoulder and I start from the bottom because that's always the parts that are left when I haven't done a good enough job. It's when the bottom isn't done well. So I'm just rubbing it between my hands, turning it. Sometimes I'll kind of grab two halves and rub them together. You can get pretty vigorous with this. You don't want to get too vigorous because you don't want to break the stems. You'll have a whole bunch of these little, and I do have some, but you can, I mean, it does save a lot of time. So I'm just gonna keep rubbing I can feel all the buds right here. I see my chicken down here and my cat. They're visiting me for the video. So once it starts getting smaller, you can tell that the bouquet is actually getting thinner. And do the bottom a little bit better. And I think that's good. So I just kind of pull it out and peek at it to make sure I got most of the buds. And yep, it looks like a old-fashioned broom. So just kind of pull up your pillowcase, put the ends in and dump it in. And it is so easy. So there you have it, my guide on cutting lavender flowers, how to dry them, and then 2 ways to remove the buds. Please subscribe, comment, like, anything you can do is a huge compliment. So thanks for stopping by the farm and have a great day.